Light is healing. In syncretism, the subject of light is crucial and fundamental. To understand how light works and its properties, and in particular its healing property, is so crucial with syncretism. This is why I'm with LifeWave. LifeWave understand light and how it works and how it heals. These patches emanate signals into the body. The body, being already self-wise, knows how to utilize those signals for regeneration, for energy, etc. So that's why I would say go LifeWave and go to the light.
A physician who's had my license for 40 years and had a very strong biochemistry background, I can say, and seeing what's happening with the X39, I can say without a doubt that this is the most significant medical breakthrough in my lifetime.
Hi everyone, this is Maria Bernardis here. So I'm coming to you today with probably the most important video I've ever done in all the years of my health and wellness career. And it's basically, I've titled it Cancer, Healing is Possible. Here's how to support the body through cancer. So why is this really important to me? Because essentially, sadly, I've lost all my immediate family to cancer. And they said that I was going to be a cancer statistic, and I proved them wrong. And here I am many years later, ill-free, and validation that you can heal this and you can conquer cancer. So just by way of background, I've had many parts of my body removed. I've had 3/4 of my left lung because of lumps. I've had part of my left breast and, big lump on my neck. And I could be here all day in terms of the surgery and the years that I have spent in hospital. And really, I found that the medical system was not telling me what the root cause was and what I could do to really heal it. And that's when God guided me to go back to ancient Greece and to also, research what Jesus Christ was doing to heal people. And as a consequence of that journey and many years of reading and applying all of this to myself and, doing professional coaching courses and what have you, I was able to conquer it. And now I feel it's my mission to go out there and help other people. And this is what this video is all about. And as a consequence of my great work, I was voted in 2023 #1 on the top 10 list of health and wellness coaches disrupting the wellness industry. And also last year, I was in the marquee Who's Who shortlisted for my amazing work in health and wellness and helping thousands of people, heal. And it is possible. And so today, and also I collaborate with a lot of doctors that do incorporate a lot of what I'm about to discuss. So I have a great team of medical professionals that I collaborate with, and together we're doing amazing things. And today I'm going to discuss a lot of them with you and share them with you. This is what I share with my private clients. And then, of course, there's other customized things. But today we are focusing on the main things. So very important to realize is, what if I told you that cancer isn't just something to attack, but it's the body's signal that is saying, I need support. It's crying out for help. So cancer is not attacking you. It is something that is happening that we'll go into what is it that it's happening, and basically saying, I need love, I need attention, and you are not giving me the self-care that I need. And once you give it the right conditions and you give it the attention and you do everything that I outlined here, you cannot pick and choose. You got to do everything that I outline in this document, and there's 10 points. There's not that many of what you could be doing. What the body then does is it goes and does what it's best at doing, and that is to heal everything and for you to thrive and be healthy. And I am validation of that. And at the end of this video, I am going to put 3 testimonials. I have many, but you will see 3 testimonials of people recovering and people healing. So it is possible when you adopt all of this. So again, it's not just I'm going to pick one thing and do it. It's you've got to do all. And I am going to stress that again, because the people that I have not seen get any results are the ones that I'm just going to do this one and forget about the rest. It's not how it works. You need to throw everything at it to basically tackle it from all angles, mind, body, and spirit, to heal it completely. Very important. Now, another very important thing that I've noticed about whether people heal from cancer or any chronic illness, really, this could be applied to any chronic illness, is really what is their intention and what's going on in their mind. Are they ready to heal? Do they want to heal? Or are they just like, couldn't be bothered, don't want to heal, I give up? Because if people have that intention and they're not don't have that frame of mind that they want to heal, then it's very challenging. You cannot help that person fully heal because their emotions and their minds are preventing the body from healing. It's the mind that dictates what happens to the body. So very important, that before someone embarks on something, namely all of this, they've got to be ready to heal. They've got to say, yes, I want to heal. Yes, I want to live. And yes, I'm going to do all of this. So very important. Again, you cannot pick and choose. So let's start with some preliminary kind of points about, well, how does cancer come about? So why do I have cancer? Why did this happen? And of course, I can relate to myself with some of this I'm about to say. So really, cancer develops because there's a lot of buildup of toxins and parasites, a buildup of unhealed emotions that cause inflammation, that cause gut issues, the immunity system to break down. There are signs along the way that we're not paying attention to because we're busy. That was me. So I'm not pointing any fingers. And then what happens is the cells get sick because they're overburdened with chemicals and toxins, environmental toxins from the food, from the water, oh my goodness me, from so many places that we'll discover. And they basically say, listen, I've got so much dirt, I just cannot function. So the body and the cells cannot function to detox things out because they're just banked up with what I call sewage. It's just like your sewage pipe systems. If you're not going to have those cleaned and they're not flowing, then sewage is going to bank up and eventually it will come out from your toilet. So I think that's a good example of what's happening internally. And inflammation is a big cause. So you're putting inflammation in your mouth, you're thinking inflammation thoughts, and your spirit is filled with inflammatory spiritual things such as forgiveness. Maybe you're holding grudges against someone, which was one of my causes because I wasn't forgiving my father for the childhood abuse that him and my stepmother caused. So again, it's all about your body's signal saying it has an overload of toxins that are causing inflammation, and parasites, of course, breaking down the immunity system, and your cells are sick. So they need detoxing, and at cellular level, and then they can allow all the nutrients and the supplements and everything that we put in to be absorbed to start the healing. So we also need to flush out those old cells that are dead. So this is a bit of a picture of what's happening. So very important to now delve into what are some examples of what's causing all of this to happen to the cells and the immunity system and all of that. So, for example, it's coming from food. So if you're eating a lot of processed food, so we will go at this into detail. So it's coming from your food, it's coming from your water, it's coming from your cleaning products, it's coming from the products that you're plugging in around the house, it's coming in from the products you're putting on your skin, from all over the environment, the toxic air outside. It is coming from so many different places, and the body is saying, I've had enough. Stop with this, and you're not doing any daily detox, so therefore I'm banked up, I've had enough. So what does it do? The cells shut down and everything just shuts down. The immunity system shuts down, and we need to do things to help it repair, regenerate, detox, and then give it the right nutrition, so that we can actually, have new stem cells grow, and so on and so on. And very important to know that the ancient Greeks and Jesus Christ, or Yeshua, which is his real name, did have a lot of wisdom, and a lot of this that I'm sharing came from them. But very important, Hippocrates did say, illnesses do not come upon us out of the blue. They are developed from small daily sins against nature. When enough sins have accumulated, illnesses will suddenly appear. So again, if we're drinking the wrong water, if we're eating the wrong food, if we're not getting enough sleep, if we're not daily detoxing the stem cells and reducing inflammation, all of this that I'm about to list, if we're going against all of what I'm about to list, that's where illness develops. So the ancient Greeks knew, and this is why many of them were able to live to beyond the age of 200 and have absolutely no illness in their body. So this is what we're going to cover. We're going to, by doing all of this, you will reduce inflammation dramatically. You will boost your immune system so it is always strong and therefore resilient, and you cannot catch illnesses and viruses and colds and all of that. We are going to learn how to detox our stem cells, how we can repair them, and how we can regenerate new ones, and then what kind of nutrition should we be adding then to feed the body the nutrients that it needs to keep healthy, and of course to put cancer at bay, and so that it goes away and never comes back. So again, it's a mind, body, and spirit approach. You cannot just focus on food and not focus on anything else. So the important thing to do is to take notes with what I'm about to say. You may need to watch this video again, and you need to tick every single box. This is not negotiable, okay? If you want cancer to go and never come back, this is non-negotiable, okay? So again, we highlighted everything. Well, not everything, most of the things that cause cancer. And again, I'm going to read them out because I think I forgot a few. It's coming in from our food. It's coming in from our water, our cleaning products, our personal care products. What is happening in your environment, in your home? All the plastics. Are you using plastics to cook as well? Are you storing things in plastics? The toxins in the air, medications, synthetic supplements, smoking, alcohol, unhealed emotions, and the list goes on. So you see, food alone is not going to put a door to stop these things from coming into the body. Excuse me. So let's start with number one, and number one is food. So what we need to do is we need to put a stop and a pause on the foods or anything we're taking in the mouth that is feeding the cancer and putting in more toxins and putting in more inflammation in the body and putting in more parasites in the body. So we need to put a stop to that so that we don't have these things continually going in while we're trying to detox and repair. So I'm going to read some of the things that we need to eliminate and minimize that cause inflammations and are an entry point for toxins and parasites and introducing more inflammation. So we're talking about seed oils, the vegetables, the canolas, the soy oils. All those seed oils are toxic. We need to eliminate sugar, especially artificial sweeteners. Now, I'm not talking about honey and I'm not talking about maple syrup. We need to stop raw seafood, for example, sushi. Most of it has parasites and you're eating it. We need to minimize chicken, seafood, and meat, especially deli meats. And we will go more into that in the next paragraph where I talk about what you can eat. Processed foods, we need to eliminate and minimize microwaved foods. Oh my God, they cause so much inflammation and they kill all the nutrients. Deep fried foods, why? Because they're deep fried in seed oils. Takeout food, restaurant food. Let me tell you, I worked in the restaurant industry and I was a restaurant consultant for many years, and you will be horrified at the mediocre poor ingredients that they use, and the main ingredient that they use is seed oils, GMO food. So, you got to cook at home if you really want to heal this. Get rid of alcohol. Causes a lot of inflammation. Conventional fruit and vegetables. Why? Because they have a lot of toxins and pesticides. Genetically modified foods. No more white flour because it has a lot of glyphosate. Or if you're going to have it, make sure it's organic and minimal. White rice, it's all sugar and has a lot of arsenic, as has recently been discovered. Get rid of anything you don't recognize on a label that your grandmother wouldn't recognize. All artificial flavors, all flavors called natural, they're not natural. Citric acid, do not buy anything with citric acid. Why? It's mold. So you're adding mold and feeding the cancer. So essentially I'm saying minimize, as I said before, again, meat, chicken, seafood, especially do not have any deli meats. So that's just the crux of some of the things that I would like for you to eliminate and minimize, because they are causing huge inflammation and not adding any nutritional value to the body. So if it doesn't come from nature and the soil, it's not adding a lot of nutritional value. So what should we be eating? What's going to nurture our body to give it the full spectrum of vitamins and minerals that our cells need to thrive, and also to help detox, such as greens do, to flush out as many of the toxins as the body can. So first of all, organic wherever possible. And I'm talking about certified organic, not those products that say organic and they're not really organic. They're just using it as a buzzword. And we need to be having the full spectrum of colors, a bit like the rainbow colors behind me. So we need to be having the reds and the yellows and the whites and the purples and the greens. So we need to be having all the rainbow of colors in salads or in juices raw wherever possible, because raw fruit and vegetables that are organic have all the vitamins and minerals that our body needs to thrive. And the best way to get them is juicing. So especially, for example, you do a juice with all greens, and it could be green apples, green herbs, kale, and all those spinach and all those types of greens. Then you can do another juice, and for example, it can have lemon, it can have beetroot, it can have carrots. So you're introducing other colors in the rainbow to drink. And then especially really important is pomegranate. So pomegranate seeds are very important. The ancient Greeks used that for cancer, but they also use fresh grapes and juicing those. And they've got to be with seeds, okay? The ones without seeds, you're losing that nutrition that the seeds have. And you can also juice the grapes. So juicing is a great way to get all the nutrition that you want really quickly and not have to eat bowls of fruit and vegetables. Now, another way to get good veggies into you is by steaming them. Please do not put them in the microwave because they will lose all the nutrition. So steaming vegetables, a little bit of olive oil, and a little bit of lemon juice, and an amazing side dish there. So again, as I said before, minimize seafood, meats, and chicken. If you are going to have them, please don't have them every day. Make sure they're organic. Make sure that your meat is grass-fed and grass-finished, because they do feed them GMOs. And also make sure that your fish is wild caught. So you don't want farmed, and you don't want tilapia. They are the most toxic things to have that actually cause inflammation in the body. So add things such as lentils and beans. So they're very good, and you get good protein. Or chickpeas, so anything like that. Go for brown types of grains, such as your brown rice, your quinoa. So all of that is really, farro, all of that is really good. So it's brown, it hasn't been processed, and it has a lot of fiber and a lot of the nutrition that your body needs. Very important to have good oils, such as coconut oil, such as olive oil, walnut oils. Of course, you can't sort of fry with walnut oil, but it's great for salad, or you might just want to have a teaspoon like that. So we need to be having good oils, not seed oils. Now, very important of all, we need to be repairing the gut, because the cells in the gut are damaged. So we do that with probiotics, and that is an ancient Greek word that means for life. And as Hippocrates said, every disease begins in the gut. So we need to also, on a daily basis, be eating foods that help repair the gut, such as kefir, miso soup, sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha. Take your pick, alternate, and make sure that you're having one of those every single day. And again, the food that I'm outlining is what Hippocrates fed people. And as he said, let medicine be thy food and food thy medicine. So very important. And herbal teas are also very good. And that includes green tea, dandelion tea, very important, ginger tea, anti-inflammatory, and of course cancer cells do not like dandelion tea, and they do not like dandelion root. Very important if you can get that and incorporate it. So that's a flavor of what we need to stop and minimize, and I've just given you some things that are very important to incorporate. Now, what are some other very important things? Because herbs are very, very important as well, not just about the food. So spices, organic spices in your cooking, and adding turmeric and cayenne pepper, very, very good. Also fresh herbs, you can put them in your juice, or you can use them to flavor your dishes, are also very good, and also help in reducing inflammation and detoxing. And of course, Very, very important. In the link, so in the description of this video, you're going to see a herb blend that I highly recommend, which is an ECF range. So it's a supplement powder, or it can be taken as a tonic, which is a blend of herbs which are specific to get rid of the cancer and to help heal it. So it has such herbs, and I'm going to read them out, as burdock root, slippery elm, sheep sorrel, Indian rhubarb, and more. So there are 2 links. There's one to the powder or one to the tonic, whatever you prefer. I highly recommend that you incorporate one of those as your herb, your dry herb protocol, to help, address it from different angles. So basically that covers food and herbs and anything ingestible. And of course, there's lots of other things that you can incorporate, but please try not to overburden the system. There's black cumin seed oil. You could be incorporating spirulina, which is a great multivitamin and also helps detox toxins. So there's lots and lots of things, but important not to overload the system. And very important, please do not eat after 6 p.m. You need the system to rest, and at least rest until the next day for a minimum of 12 hours with no eating, other than having water, because as you're going to find out later on, your body needs to rest and repair. So we're going to cover that. So please eat your last meal as early as possible. Now, number 2, what's the second most important thing? That is water. Most people are drinking water that has a lot of toxins, a lot of chlorine, which provokes and contributes to causing cancer, and of course fluoride, which promotes and contributes to cancer, inflammation, and other chronic illnesses. So make sure you're purifying your water. If you can, please structure it, and there will be what I use to structure my water below. And it also wards off 5G, 4G, and Wi-Fi. Very, very, very important. The water that you drink needs to hydrate your cells and needs to help detox and flush out the toxins. So if you're drinking water that has toxins, well, you're adding toxins, you're not flushing out toxins. All right, so what's number 3? Number 3 is very important that we heal and we nurture our spirit. So here I'm talking about prayer, I'm talking about meditation, I'm talking about forgiveness, I'm talking about affirmations. So very important, you have a prayer routine. Very important that you spend time in stillness and listen to your body and ask it, what is it that I need to do? And so on. And not only that, by just, being still, having the mind be still, it's also getting the nervous system to be still. And that helps the repair of whatever is going on in there. So very, very important that you have a forgiveness practice, because in a little while you're going to notice, as was my case, I had not forgiven my father and other people, and this was causing the majority of the lumps and everything else that was going on in my body and the many chronic illnesses that I had. So very, very important. Now, if you want to know what they are and what prayers and everything else, I have put together a detailed online course that covers in detail all the food, all the herbs, oh my goodness me, all the chemicals around in the house, whether it's the pantry. It covers a template to complete, to get your own divine plan together for healing, and gives you examples of prayers. It is so comprehensive. It's just unbelievable. And it's in 4 sections. So you may want to do that and find out, because most of the illness depends on the body part, and the body part will tell me what unhealed emotion it's attributed to. So number 4, the most important one, I can't stress this enough, is you need to detox at cellular level. Green juices, powders is not going to do it. It does not go deep into the cell at cellular level. So what do you need to do? You need to detox at cellular level. You need to flush out the sick cells, and you need to activate and produce new cells. Okay? And powders and all of this stuff that people are selling and telling you, it's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. You either need to use this product that I have in the description of the video, or you go and get stem cell injections, which are $10,000 plus. This is the most affordable way, because what people don't realize, at the age of 30, you've lost 50% of your stem cells. At the age of 60, you've lost most of them and you only have a small percentage. So we need to have a routine where we're detoxing, we're producing and activating new stem cells. This product that I'm about to say also activates your glutathione. Detox, it's a major antioxidant and reduces inflammation and more. And once you do that, then your cells can absorb the nutrition. So if you're just putting nutrition and supplements and not doing this step, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your money on your supplements and all of that. So this is red light therapy on steroids and uses the full spectrum of light. It's called X39 light therapy, and there is a link in the description of this video. And you're going to see people at the end of this video. I'm only going to choose 3 testimonials. I have many where when they added this modality to the rest, their healing was just unbelievable. And I'll let you see that for yourself. So very, very important. And also this, along with the supplement from the same company, won recently the Biotech Award for the most innovative product in stem cell health. So I think that validates everything. And this is why I recommend this and only this product because it's what worked for me as well. And all my clients. Okay, number 5, cleaning products, body products. All of these need to be detoxed. Anything with chemicals, anything you don't recognize needs to be detoxed. And again, I cover all of this in great detail in my course. But you got to remember, your skin is the largest organ that absorbs this stuff. You're walking around the house, it's absorbing things in the environment. It's absorbing everything you put in your skin. Even when you go into a chlorinated pool, it absorbs all that chlorine, which inflames the body and contributes to cancer. All those perfumes, everything. You've got to go and detox everything. Cleaning products, what you're putting in your body, what you're eating, what you're putting on your skin, what you're putting on your hair, how you're brushing your teeth. So very, very important that you're using organic. And if there's going to be a fragrance, it needs to be with essential oils only. If you want to know what I use, I have a link in the description of this video. And for your first purchase, I have given you a 25% discount code and link. So that's number 5. So we're halfway. Hi everybody, Maria Bernardis here. I wanted to introduce you to the most exciting, groundbreaking, innovative product I have ever discovered in my health and wellness years. It is a holistic wearable light tech that has changed my life and millions of people's lives around the world. It is red light therapy on steroids, and it optimizes your body's function. Are you experiencing chronic illness? Do you have stubborn pain that won't go away? Are you having problems sleeping? Are you experiencing brain fog? Are you low on energy? Then this is the product for you. Did you know that at the age of 30, you lose 50% of your stem cells? By the age of 60, you have a very small percentage left. X39, alongside the Cellergize supplement, recently won the 2025 Biotech Award for the most innovative invention for stem cell health and support because it works. It also helps the body detox at cellular level, reduce inflammation, activate collagen, and more. Customers have experienced pain reduction and elimination, smoother, younger-looking skin, improved sleep, rapid wound healing, increased hair growth, more energy, less aches and pains, mental clarity, increased vitality, and overall better health. It works so well that it has a money-back guarantee. So do yourself a favor and try it today, and with a money-back guarantee, what have you got to lose? See the description of this video for a link and how you can purchase as a preferred customer and enjoy the wholesale rate. All my customers receive customized tips to maximize their X39 experience and support throughout their journey. And remember, self-care is the new healthcare. So number 6, very important, sunlight and vitamin D. So please opt to sit in the sun. So the best times to sit in the sun are our sunrise and sunset. So try not to stay in the sun too long in the middle of the day. And go out in nature. As Hippocrates said, nature itself is the best medicine. So walk on grass, go to the beach, walk amongst nature. All of that is so important. But number 6 is sunlight to get your vitamin D. Very, very important. And preferably without wearing any of that toxic sunscreen, because we do want the sun to be absorbed to produce the vitamin D in your body. Number 7, which is a big one, and which was a big one for me, as I alluded to earlier, it's your emotions are contributing to cancer. Again, it's a mind, body, and spirit. And this is a big one that I find. And usually people have a lot, of forgiveness work, healing, prayer, meditation, or whatever to do. So one of the things we need to do is have some peace and calm and not have people that are going to create stress in our lives. So we need to do whatever we can to reduce stress. And a good thing is, play some nice happy music, go walk in nature. Some of the things that I outlined apart, paint, something creative, anything that helps you, to really ease that, tension and worry. So very important, I've written here, cancer is primarily rooted in deep-seated, long-held emotional patterns, specifically intense resentment, criticism, and guilt. Guilt, I beg your pardon. And that was me. I ticked off all the boxes. I'm not saying you're going to tick off all the boxes, but usually that's what it is. It's emotional. It's something that's seeded or happened in the past that we haven't let go and we haven't forgiven. And that's where forgiveness work comes in very, very handy. So it's all about loving ourselves. It's all about forgiving ourselves and forgiving others. Don't forget to forgive yourself. And all these are key to healing. So affirmations is very important and was practiced in ancient Greece. And so you can say things like, I lovingly forgive and release all the past. I love and approve of myself. I choose joy. And then affirm. I affirmed every day. I'm healthy. I am happy. I am healing every day. I declared my healing. I was not going to let my mind dictate anything differently. So number 7. So number 8, very important, exercise and sleep. We need exercise and movement, and it doesn't have to be anything strenuous in the gym. It could be just walking or yoga or hiking, or dancing. So we need the body to move to help circulation to flush out the toxins. Then we need sleep and rest to help the body repair. So if we're not exercising, we're not helping those toxins flush out. If we're not sleeping and resting, we're not letting the body do the repair work, the detox work, and then to absorb the nutrients. So very, very important that we have that, and very important that you go to bed before 10 o'clock at night. Very important. And before we said, stop meals 6 o'clock. Have that as the cutoff. Okay. We do not want the body to be working on digesting food, and then it hasn't had time to detox and flush out the toxins and rejuvenate. Okay. And so when you eat really late, that's what's happening. You're not allowing the body to rest, rejuvenate, and detox and flush out whatever needs to flush out. Number 9, detox bath. This is very, very important. This one for at least 45 minutes to sit in there of hot water. And I'm going to tell you what the recipe for that is, because it will help in reducing inflammation and also, again, add an extra layer of flushing out toxins. And you can add to this also your favorite essential oils, such as lavender or whatever it is that you like. So here is the recipe. I'm going to read it so I don't get this incorrect. So you're going to need hot water, 1 cup of borax, 2 cups of magnesium salt. You're going to need half a box of that small box of baking soda, bentonite clay, just, a few scoops, alfalfa, a few tablespoons, and diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth. That's a bit of a mouthful, and that's why I thought I'd say it a bit slowly, and I'm going to spell it diatomaceous, earth. That's going to help also with the parasites coming out. So this is very important that this recipe be kept as is and be done daily for 45 minutes minimum. Since I'm on the subject of essential oils, because that is another thing that I incorporate and it's in my course, I would also recommend frankincense oil diluted in some coconut oil or almond oil, and wherever the issue is, just rubbing it on that skin near that area. That is also a very good reduction of inflammation. And as we know, cancer does not like frankincense oil. Number 10, supplements must be natural and dissolved in water, preferably not tablets. Most of those are usually synthetic and are riddled with toxins, and your body does not recognize them, and you are adding toxins into your body. So you've got to be careful. So I did, outline some above. Magnesium, which we're getting in that bath. So copper. There's other ways to get things, and I did alert to spirulina, moringa powder, black cumin seed oil, dandelion root, oh my goodness me, seaweed oil. There's so many. Please don't take them all at once and overburden your system. Introduce, one every so often. Also, in the description of this video, where I recommended the detox routine for your cells, there is a supplement that you just dissolve in your water, and you can take that, which was part of the award-winning duo that I alluded to before. So again, be very careful of the supplements that you take. Make sure they're natural and they're as close as possible to nature. So that's number 10. So now, basically, I've come to the end of this video. Please do have a look at some of the testimonials that I have coming up. Again, you must do all of this. You cannot pick and choose, because do you want to heal cancer, 100%, or do you want to heal it 10%? Just do one thing. Do you want to heal it 20%? And it's just 20% and you're never healing? You do two things. So really, all of this must be done. It's only, 10 very important things. Again, I do have a comprehensive course if anybody's interested. And if anybody would like, I can do a one-on-one consultation with you. For anybody watching this video, and I have it in the description, anybody that is getting onto the light therapy, which is red light therapy on steroids to detox and whatever else, I will be happy to offer a 30-minute complimentary consultation valued at over $200 to get you started and to just target anything else that we need to target and help in relation to you, depending on the particular cancer and other issues that you have. So very important, trust God, let go, ask Him for help. Please do all of this. I assure you, you will be healthy and happy and ill-free like I have been for years and years. I have not seen a doctor for years and years. Why? Because I do this all. Of course, I don't have to do the detox baths now every day, but I still do my daily X39 detox, reducing inflammation. I still eat right. Do I have the occasional donut? Absolutely, I do. You can start to reintroduce those things later on. But for the moment, because we need to, nip this in the bud and get rid of it, we have to do a few no's to a few of the things. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Mahalo. God bless you. I wish you healing, and you can heal and you will heal. You can do this. You got this. Please enjoy the 3 testimonials coming. This is what's possible when you apply all of this. God bless you, and have a beautiful day or evening or night wherever you are.
Everybody. Okay. Amazing, for my, because I was going through this. It's about my brother, actually, because he actually got started on the patches before me, because we found out that he had the C word, and that was his esophageal and his liver, so it was starting to spread. So I was on this journey with him because I was taking him to his appointments, his treatments, and as we're doing that, sorry if I'm getting a little emotional because it's pretty amazing. But as I was taking him to get his treatments and all that, he did wear all the patches, from the chemo. So he was going through chemo treatment. So all through his treatment, so this is, okay, let me back up a little. This is back in September of last year. Okay, and the amazing, how God just connects everybody together, puts the right person in your life. And he's lost a lot of weight from like 140 some pounds down to like the lowest I think he went was 105, something like that. So he lost a lot of weight. He's gained weight since, which, thank God for that, because he needs his weight to get better. He has to eat the right foods, but he's, this is how amazing it is. Okay. And, so it was started September of 2024, February, his tumor started to shrink. Okay, the tumor started to shrink. So his liver started to get a little bit better. Even in the esophagus, it was shrinking there too. And last month, his liver clear. I mean, I know, because so I asked the doctor for pictures, of the scan. Amazing, because his liver had spots and lesions on it, and it was it wasn't right. And when I saw his the scan of his current liver, it was clear. The doctor was even shocked. So I don't know if he even saw it himself, but he was shocked to see that it was clear. I came to the cancer treatment centers. I noticed the people that was coming in, and their hair, they were, some of them, that they were losing a lot of hair. There's bald spots on their scalp. Some just shaved off their hair and wearing a cap. Brother still has his hair. She asked me to share this, and I said, yeah, I have to, because there is hope. And even if you're still breathing, you have your breath of life, there is hope,
So in January, he was diagnosed with, he finally found that he had stage 4 pancreatic cancer and lung cancer. Just 2 separate things, they said. And we were fighting this for the last year and a half, battling, taking him to doctors all the time. I was with him quite a lot. I still work, but I was always going to the hospital back and forth. And then, so when he was diagnosed, he decided he wanted to do home hospice. So I said, okay. He said, forget about, chemo and all that stuff. And I said, okay. So got his nurses from home hospice. And then he wasn't doing good. He wasn't eating. He was losing a lot of weight fast. And my brother and his whole family, his kids, all flew down from Seattle because we just didn't know how much time we had with that. And then I started to notice, because I used to pull him around in the house. He didn't want to use a walker. So my mother, I learned this from my mother, she told my dad to put your hands on my shoulder, and I'll walk you to the living room, and I'll walk you to the bathroom, and I'll walk you to the kitchen. And I did the same thing. So he couldn't walk around on his own, and he was always on the oxygen machine as well that hospice gave him. And he was on his pain meds because he was still having some of his stomach pain. For those of you who know that if you have pancreatic cancer, there's a lot of pain. He was experiencing having that pain for the last year and a half, 2 years almost. So a week and a half later, I just saw him walk from his bedroom to the living room. Wow. And I sat down and I talked to him and I said, are you having any pain? He said, no. And I said, have you been taking your prednisone and your hydrocodone? He said, no. And I said, okay. So he surprised me with a few of these things. Even more importantly, he started eating. Today, you guys, he went from he dropped his weight down to 157, but today is 165.
Picture tells a lot. In 2017, I was diagnosed with fast-growing cells to the breast, stage 3. And after a year of chemo, radiation, a double mastectomy, that's what I looked like. 2019, it was the beginning of 2019. I had no eyebrows. My face was full of steroids. And the only reason I had some hair is because I wore something called a cold cap. Well, that is when I got a call from my doctor, and he said, Marcy, I'm so sorry. You're in the 1% where it came back under your skin. I was devastated. And that is when my friend, Dr. Rhonda Donahue, came knocking on my door with X39. And I started to regenerate. In fact, the only thing that you can see that looks the same, and if we can mute, that would be very helpful, that looks the same, are my glasses. Everything else started to regenerate. Well,
cells vibrate. Your organs hum. Your body is an orchestra. Every thought, every heartbeat, every breath is vibration. Beneath the skin, flashes of light carry signals. DNA whispers an electromagnetic rhythm. When one note drifts out of tune, dissonance appears. When interference distorts the signal, imbalance follows. Dis-ease is simply the body forgetting its song. It's not forced, it's harmony remembered. Resonance restored. And your light is the conductor.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. It all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we are made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. A patch is applied to specific points on the body where it covers the skin. Infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and its ability to heal itself. On a cellular level, this matters because many of the patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are naturally neutralized. LifeWave. Live long, live well.
Hey, you should know, it doesn't matter where you're from, what you do. All that matters is that you're kind, spread love, and positive. Me tell you, you are love. I love you. You could do anything. Go get it. Love you.